Okay, so here's what happened. There's this guy that I work with. He works in a different department with me, but it's kind of like similar to my department. And I guess he started dating a new girl. Like I don't know. Like I'm not into this guy. We're not like friends or anything. We just legitimately work together. I feel like all of our encounters have been like pleasant or whatever. Like I don't know. There's no beef. There's no drama. Nothing. Right. But he starts dating this girl, and I feel like I know this because I just like sometimes I've like seen them together now. Now, no, I don't. I'm also like not friends with her. We aren't even remotely close. Like, just there's no real reason for us to have any beef or any sort of like problem. But there's a but okay. So here's the issue. Now, like every time I see her or him, it's like weird in some way. Like they're just like a little bit like awkward. Like she just kind of gives me like little looks or something. Now, maybe to other people who aren't as emotionally intelligent as I am, they'd overlook this and they'd be like, "Oh, this doesn't mean anything." And then for me, it's kind of like, "Oh no, I definitely know that this like means something, but and I also know that like it's strange for you to be acting this way. Like there's no real reason, you know what I mean, for you to act this way." Anyway, so um so she's being strange. And obviously I've talked about like the beef, right, between like black girls and Latinx Hispanic women before, and this girl happens to be Hispanic and her boyfriend happens to be white. Now, here's another thing I want to point out, which might help clarify some things. If you know, you know. If you don't, like listen in. Hopefully the social cues will help you understand some shit. So he's not like the traditional like jock, very attractive like white dude. Like those dudes, I feel like we see eye to eye. They just kind of get it. Like they'll look at me and they'll be like, "Oh, pretty girl." Like they understand shit, right? I don't know, because they're just like more normal. But like these guys are always like the weird outcasts, like underdog type dudes. Like they don't have how do you say, like traditional social experiences like probably like we have. They always have like this like we are losers but now we're gonna overcome shit in the future, like the Mark Zuckerberg thing. I saw Melanie made a good video about this. I'll link that in the description box. But she's kind of talking about how like there yeah, so she's kind of talking about how um the this dude was like basically weird throughout his career. He's done all these like weird things to Sheryl Sandberg. He's just kind of a strange dude, and now he's being like all alpha male and shit. So honestly, all of it is like very, very strange. Anyway, so where are we going with this? So um this dude gets together with this like Hispanic girl. And here's the thing, like when it's like the weird scrawny dude. Also, a lot of these dudes always end up being bi. Like I've just been in art school long enough to kind of get it and see it. But they're always like a little bit like bi. They're like, not that they're just not all the way straight. And that's not even like a slam. It's just more like the way that straight men treat, respect, and think of women as these like valuable procreators, it's not the same way that these like bi-curious dudes think about it. That's why I'm saying that. So it's not really another reason besides that. Anyway, um, so we got scrawny weird white dude, and we got like kind of like I don't know, maybe like average attractiveness little Hispanic girl or whatever. So this is important, and I've talked about this on this channel multiple times. And it's the kind of the strange unattractiveness of Rosalia, but her the way that she is compelling to others. Like I personally look at Rosalia and there's just nothing there. Like I can't even be like, "Oh, at least you're pretty." Like I could give that to like Taylor Swift or Blake Lively. I'd be like, "Well, at least you're pretty." Or like a there was another Hispanic, when I made that video, I put another Hispanic girl as like, the compare and contrast, right? Or there's another girl, I think I follow, her name's like Maria or something. Like, no, okay, like she's pretty. Like, at least pick a pretty one and be like, okay, well, but it's like, I'll pick like the blandest, like, some women, all they have going for them is just being a woman. Like, being a woman is the flex. And that's not like, to other women, it isn't a flex, right? It's only a flex to like the scrawny loser dudes. Like, that's who they are flexing for, and give them that, because what else do they have? To me, this is like the way that I see Rosalia. She just got a microphone though, and she did go to art school, so I'll give her that as well. But in the looks department, it's just not giving for me. I'm sorry. Like, I'd rather listen to the audio track and like not watch the video. Give me a Tyla video any day of the week, and be like, okay, well, at least I can like watch. I can get through the video. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I think you're probably like, okay, where are you going with this? How does this even like wrap it up? Like, let's get to the point. Well, the point is like, how, so when you're in a workplace and you're dealing with these people, why does it always come back around to you? And it's because like sometimes in their culture and tradition, a lot of their worldview is based on anti-blackness. This is also very prevalent in the Asian community, where they praise paleness. Like, this is attractive to them. It's like nothing, right? It's like pale. Like, even if you look at like all really of like media right now, even like I saw Ivanka Trump did an interview, and she's very pretty. Like, I will give her that. Like, I was like, wow, she's like really pretty, right? And I'm like, okay, but she's also like glowing and tan. She looks like she's full of life. Like, that's how she like. Some of these girls, like especially like the Asian ones who like are in the community or whatever, it's like they look like ghosts, and you'll be like, that's you promoting that. You know what? I don't know. We all have different beauty standards, and I'm not trying to like say it's good or bad. I'm just saying like, it's different. We'll put it like that. And so in this particular case, it's like this girl who has probably this like standard for herself, whatever it is. And it's like, I'm not like a part of that. You know what I'm saying? But also in terms of my worldview and like where I come from, she's not a part. It's like we're on different ends of kind of the ideal, just in terms of like aesthetics. It's just like everything that I think is aesthetically pleasing does not include her, and probably vice versa. um that's just how it is. Like, I actually heard there's a guy I worked with, and there's something that happened with Beyonce, and I was like casually mentioning it, and he was like, oh well, I literally don't follow Beyonce. I'm not a fan. Pretty much anything that has to do with Beyonce, like, I'm not going to be paying attention to it. The way that he said that, I thought it was really interesting. Not telling in some bad way. It was just more like, yeah, like, like, yeah, I get it. Because it's like he doesn't he can't even acknowledge like the talent, the pedigree, the culturalness. It's like he's removed himself from culture and society, just almost in order to be like anti Beyonce. I don't really feel like the way that he was saying it was like anti black. This is a white guy, but it was just like, it would almost be like me being like, oh, I'm totally unaware of everything happening with Taylor Swift. It's like the Eras tour was like a cultural moment. If you were like living in America and you just have no idea what the Eras tour was, you were like living under a rock. Some moments are like, or like, that'd be like you not knowing who Donald Trump is. And just, I'm not saying you have to know every single thing going on in his life, but I am saying like, for you like not to know like who he is, or maybe like his social relevance right now, it would say a lot more about you being kind of not really aware of things happening in society. And that's strange. That's weird. Like, let that, sit there. Like, that is strange. Anyway, so where was I going with this? somehow you have to like learn how to maneuver society and the world with these people in it, and it's strange. It's weird. They don't like seeing us there. Like we're not another way to put it. Like they just yeah, it's like they just don't like seeing us there. Like we're not really like strange way to put this, I know. Anyway, that was the point. I don't really have other things to say. I wanted to get that out though. I needed to get that out from